Yeah, we're getting into it's 2 episodes of Anthony Fantano. One where he talks about Udio, and one that he just dropped about stop using AI art. I'm sure I'm gonna have a fun time. Excuse me.
Next time. Peace.
Hey everyone, Anthony
Oh,
Fantano.
that's unfortunate, Scoyo. It ain't you, homie.
Here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. Taking a quick break from Beef Watch 2024 because you guys know that a whole lot is going on with that right now.
So this gives you this is not brand new. This is like a month old. 2 months ago. So 2 months ago, at the height of the beef, Anthony dropped this video, and I missed it.
To talk to you about another thing that we have consistently railed against on this channel because it sucks and continues to suck. That's AI music. Now look, just to...
And fuck him, because fuck you. It is like, it does not suck, right? Rob Arts? Is Rob Arts Anthony Fantano? Is that the secret? The Rob Arts is the one that you can't chat in their chat. Yeah, I don't know, homie. I don't have good answers for you. Yeah, we took, yeah, admittedly, right? We looked at the Indiana, right? We don't have to go, just briefly. Anna, Indiana. Right? This song, I'm sure most of you remember it, and if you don't, you can watch it in your own time. And Scoyo, just have him check. Sometimes, especially with the way that the new Twitch setup is, there's a bunch of buttons that are right next to your name, and someone could have accidentally given you a ban or something like that, or timeout or something like that. I would just have them check on their end if you can whisper something like that. No, this was not good. This was not good. However, I took the lyrics, right? We did this on stream. And
sitting at my favorite cafe, sipping my tea, it's Saturday, thinking about all he's done to everyone.
And significantly better. Again, 7-month period of time, increased technology, everything else. Potentially unpopular opinion, but I am of the mind that digital content over 10 years old should be freely available. I mean, not in this chat. Like, that is a popular opinion. The authorship should always stay with the original creator, but after 10 years, the content should be legally freely available to view and use. A decade is a long time to make money off a single piece of content. You won't find, I'm sure that there are people in this chat who might feel differently about IP. The rest of us, the loud ones, we all agree with you, Michael. We might even be a little more radical than that. So yeah, back to the video. Disgusting AI music app. Disgusting AI music app.
Preface, I'm not totally 110% against the concept of AI. I'm not totally against the concept of AI being involved in helping artists along.
Go ahead, bend yourself in knots, homie.
in the creative process when it comes to music and in concept. What I have and continue to take more and more of an issue with is that AI
that is a preservationist. That is preservation of video game history. I think that it is a patriot thing to do. You're doing the Lord's work, sir, or somebody's work.
and AI prompts, be it in music, be it in visual media, whatever it is, more and more seems to be less and less about the technology, the artificial intelligence, as it were, and instead just kind of seems like it's being used as a means of laundering just straight up plagiarism.
Straight up plagiarism. Okay, hit me.
Because the AI in question allows the developer or the user the ability to recreate another artist's work or sound without directly sampling it or copying it through a cover or something like that. Enter the AI music creation website and app known as Udio, which has been promoting itself pretty heavily on social media as of late, with posts such as this that say, "Introducing Udio, an app for music creation and sharing that allows you to generate amazing music and your favorite styles with intuitive and powerful text prompting." As the ad on here kind of showcases, you can jump in here and say, hey, I need a birthday song for my friend Irvin. I want also an Irish folk tune, violin, instrumental. It was so over, but now we're so back, sung by a choir. So based on these texts.
Okay. Does that not reach the minimum value to be allowed in the musical sphere of Anthony Fantano, of Tony Fant? We're gonna give him. We're gonna let him cook. We're gonna let him cook. This is the setup. He's being hyperbolic. This is the setup. We're gonna let him cook.
Prompts and asks, the AI does its best to generate for you whatever it is you're trying to get from it. When we go deeper into this tweet thread, the Udio generated music the app is posting is kind of convincing.
There is a house way down in New Orleans. They call the rising sun.
It's fair, Michael, and that's where we are. Like, when I talk about things other than how I would like them to be, I'm definitely referring to them within the current meta, right? Like, I too would like to see IP not exist, but it's reasonable, to have something where you can, extract some wealth from the thing that you created, but then, it has a very solid sunset on that, so that it does get into the public domain and is able to be iterated on by people who have experienced it, and then see other places that it can go within the current meta, right? Like, ideally, no IP.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a direct that is a copyright issue because it's using the lyrics of the original song. Again, as a person who loves covers, the fact that a cover, right? Like, the reason, the primary motivator by why I changed the music that I loved at the beginning of the show to the current music that's at the beginning of my show is because I was getting caught up in the violation of copyright for the Weeknd song, even though it was a cover in my own AI voice. Right? And I just didn't want to deal with that shit, right? Like, I don't want to, I don't want to have problems that can be avoided like that. So I just go ahead and I make my own thing, and now we have the thing that we have.
Just heard there is a piece of AI generated music, not actually a song that is owned or copyrighted or posted by any one artist or band or anybody. But there's something kind of weird and uncanny valley about what we're hearing here, because there is something about this recording that feels eerily close to a lot of what has been previously released, recorded. I mean, unless you literally directed the app to sing House of the Rising Sun over a different chord progression entirely, where would it even get the idea to do that?
And if he doesn't understand it, you can go in and set the lyrics in Udio. And this is my issue with people who are anti-AI but don't understand how the thing works. Just use the thing, form a informed opinion, and then go ahead and hate the AI. That's fine.
Where this idea and concept of AI training comes in, because in order to have a piece of what is known as artificial intelligence, have the ability to generate a piece of music like this, you have to try to feed it examples of.
What up, CMS? Couldn't you make an argument that there's very little original ideas anymore? I mean, I always make the argument that there are functionally like no original ideas. Yeah, all works are derivative because everything comes from what came before. If a person makes music, they make music that is inspired by the people that they listen to. Now, it could come out in a different form that feels very different from anything that comes before, but often what you find, like I've got a couple of videos where a guy is he's got Metallica songs, and then he is pointing to the songs that, one of those videos where I'm going to play you some music and then I'm going to play you this other music. And it's like, here's Master of Puppets, and then here's this song by this other band that the melody sounds exactly the same. Here's this Dua Lipa song, and here's this song that sounds exactly the same or close enough. And it's like, how original can you be? Don't get me wrong, straight up rip from someone's art is not right. But the base in most cases could be traced back to something that was made before. Yeah. No, you must invent a new way of generating electricity for every device which uses it. Exactly. Everything is some kind of remix. Sometimes the inspiration is being the opposite. Sometimes the inspiration is something you don't even know, which is what Theo should have gotten out of his video. Like a deck of playing cards with some obscene amount of possible combinations when shuffled, but they all come from the same deck. Yep.
Of the thing you're trying to get it to understand and eventually recreate, which is how people usually describe the process of what's going on here. But to me, it's weird framing because it's not like Udio or whatever AI is behind it is sentient. It's not learning anything. You're just literally uploading other work.
You don't understand how learning works, and that's fine. It's okay to be ignorant. Just learn something if you're capable.
From artists and people into it, and then basically asking it to spit out slightly altered versions.
Like, none of this is correct. Literally none of this is correct. They didn't upload all of the music into the AI and then ask it to make music from that. That's not how this works, dude, bro.
Of that thing, so that you yourself can then profit off of it without having to pay an artist for a stream. Or
literally no one can profit off any of the AI's work, at least at this point in time. So just you're making shit up. You're making shit. I guess conceivably I am profiting off the AI because I made songs with it and they are on this thing, and I could profit off that. If you were to subscribe for only $5.99 or free with a Twitch Prime, or you could be gifted a sub by one of our beautiful community members. And top of the hour ad break running now. That was a good one. You gotta say that was a good one. Come on.
For like, I don't know, a physical copy of an album, something like that. I mean, even in this little promo that they played us at the top of the thread over here, where you're prompting it for a piece of instrumental Irish music, it's hilarious that you would even go to Udio to get your hands on such a thing, because if you just go literally on any music streaming website, there are probably hours of completely unheard Irish folk music that is totally instrumental that you could be spinning instead. But rather than support any of the artists doing that and actually creating that music, you're going to go to an app like this to make what's already freaking out there. Now, some of you guys may be watching this video up until this point and saying, Anthony, you don't work at Udio. You don't know anything about their process or the AI that is creating this music on the platform. You're just kind of talking out of your ass. There's no way this platform is like openly ripping other artists off.
It's me. He's talking about me. Anthony from 2 months ago is talking about me. Amazing.
Much less putting out carbon copies of the work.
Almost like you understand the bullshit nature of your argument and you're preloading your response because you know people are going to make it, and you're looking to antagonize them with your impressive level of ignorance.
Work of specific artists after being prompted to create music with a certain sound, a certain genre, a certain mood, because that actual music from those actual artists is being uploaded into it. But no, guys. No. It is actually.
But it literally isn't doing that.
Doing that, and multiple users have found out that if you punch in an array of description tags from platforms such as Rate Your Music, you do actually literally get those results, because as one user...
Yes, if you do, like, what did they do? They put a whole lot of shit in here to specifically get a very specific song. Can you do that? Yes. Can you, as a human being, do a lot of work in order to develop a sound that sounds exactly like Oasis? Yes.
Ezra here shows us, after doing the exact process that I just described and punching these tags, punching these...
He is regarded by some as being an excellent music critic. But like all music critics, or like all critics in general, do you agree with him? If you agree with him a certain percentage of time, then yes, you will. What has he done? I'm not going to hold anybody to like what has he done, because that's an argument that could be used. Well, you never went to, college for AI, so what the fuck do you know about AI? I just went out and did the work. So I'm not going to attack Anthony Fantano for not having like worked in the music industry or some other bullshit. I just think he's full of shit here because he doesn't understand the way the AI works. And after all,
descriptors into Udio, they pretty much got a carbon copy of a Blade song, vocals and all.
Dead of night. Feel the frost as my heart takes flight.
Like, I don't know who the fuck Blade is. Maybe is Blade famous? Where's Reed? I need Reed to tell me who these fucking random people are. But again, we've already covered how you can do this. It's not the training data. You're not sampling from the training data. You are in the memories of the AI, for lack of a better word, right? We're in the memories, we're in the weights of the neural net.
Love's the game in the neon glow.
Okay, that is literally just Blade's voice. What's funny is that this is not even the only example. There are many, many, many of them. Here we have another one posted by Muffins AKA, where the vocal is clearly just frickin' Young Lean.
I got to the beat with them cookies. Oreos like my trees, no facade. I'm sipping on Gatorade colors like yours. Sweet and the salt, we mix no mirage. Swedish young king, I rap no disguise. Clouds in my sound, my dialect flies.
And look, this is not just a phenomenon that we're seeing with more obscure, more underground artists either.
Okay.
This track over here, posted by DCI Baby, is just a friggin' Future track.
That memory yeah, they right on my skin. Fully charged, purple tinted, yeah, deep in my grin. Codeine grin got me leaning, never breaking the fold. Staying.
Even the codeine reference in the bars? You cannot tell me this isn't literally Future, because it is. And for those of you who
Except it isn't, right? To be fair, though, I think he worked in the music. Yeah, and that's again, like I don't care what someone's credentials are, right? Like there is value in credentials, and I'm not going to take away from anybody's credentials. You can also have an informed opinion by putting in the work to understand what it is that you're talking about. Was like, that kind of thing. Literally, by literally means figuratively. Did journalism in college, specifically tailored for music theory, was a head music curator and host for the radio station at college. Also worked in the music industry and local music scene for a bit, and he's pretty phenomenal bass player. Nice. Samson's Reed tries to get me to listen to this, but kids today and their new rap music. I agree.
are still skeptical.
But everybody needs an AI take, right? And for him, I'm sure this is an easy dunk where he caters to the crowd who are watching his show, and in the same way that what's his name, Adam Conover, right? You follow him for the takes, whatever he says. So if he says AI bad, then AI bad, and then you're just watching him beat up on the AI because the AI doesn't have a face, and who gives a fuck? It doesn't have an emotion or personality or anything. There's something about AI that turns everyone into a reactionist, regardless of their other reasonable takes. You're not wrong.
Though I don't know why you would be. Udio has actually reacted to having their hand caught in the cookie jar here a little bit. And apparently now a lot of these user-generated tracks that sound eerily similar to other artists' work, especially very popular artists, many of them have been completely deleted off of the platform, and the manual mode in which you could.
Right. And this is the thing, is can you use it to do the thing? Yes. When Udio finds out that some shit is going on that made them uncomfortable, they deleted a bunch of shit off the app. Right? I honestly don't really give a fuck what other people are making with it. It's there for my own edification and entertainment and to share with other people. You know what I mean?
Type in these tracks, type in these tags.
What side Reed's on? Reed is a fan of the new rap. But he's a well-meaning sort. We like Reed.
With such specificity on the platform. That has been removed. However, I imagine whatever generative process Udio goes through in order to make the music you ask it to make can't be that much different now. It's probably still just ripping off the existing works of other artists. And honestly, Udio should be taken to task for it, because if all these artists and producers can be sued and brought to court for basically borrowing a beat or a vibe or a melody or a sample or whatever from some major mainstream track.
I can't keep up with today's high-speed, top-of-the-line kids.
Yo, Red Hobbit gifting a tier 1 subby to Samson's. Thank you, homie. I appreciate you. And if you want to be cool, just sub to the channel. It's tough out here for an independent creator. Yeah, no, he's doing the thing. He's doing a post hoc justification. I think I'm using that correct. He's justifying it based on what I think are really shitty rules and saying that Udio should be held to account for those rules. The functional problem is that Udio is a tool, right? If a person were to create a song with Udio that sounded like Future and then use that song in order to make money with it, then the person who created the song would be in violation of whatever rules there are. Not the tool itself. In the same way that whatever DAW that I choose to use to make a song that sounds exactly like somebody else's music and then I do like, a voice that sounds like their music, then maybe that falls into some shit, but that's my issue. If I do a cover of their song, that's my issue. It's not the tool's issue.
Certainly, Udio is guilty of.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yo.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Ponder Monkey with the gifty. To Peace Land Bread. I'm a fan of those.
Nobody seems terribly interested in funding my research, but
I am. I will fund your research.
Yeah?
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Thank you, homies, for funding the research. There's a hype train, but we're just gonna keep watching videos. Normally we do a Stampy train if we do it, then but Stampy is sleeping. I'm not gonna wake the cat up just to do a Stampy train. We're gonna let Stampy be. Was watching Hassan the other day, and a chatter was extremely upset with him for using AI art for a blast off tweet. I guess because they wanted him to commission art for that. Hassan was hilariously bewildered by it. I mean, yeah. But they are the people who are anti, especially the art stuff. It's less the music stuff, at least within the range of my hearing. But the art stuff will get you excommunicated. They will 100,000 bits to wake up Stampy. Fair. But if you want to keep the hype train going,
of that very same thing times 10. And you know what? It's predatory. It's gross. It's disgusting. And there
it's none of those things, but go off.
There should be some repercussions. There
should not be any repercussions.
Should be some laws. There should
not be any laws.
Something to prevent this. Congress.
There should not be any laws to prevent this. Like,
hey, we're waiting on you. Please do.
I always get weird when people want more laws. It's like, okay.
Something. Once again, this whole artificial intelligence thing and having it be trained on other artists' songs, and
it's a perfect reaction. Oh, you want a Project 2025? How about we have no Congress? What up?
and whatever. It's just plagiarism with extra steps.
It is exactly not plagiarism with extra steps unless the user of the tool is engaging in plagiarism. If I go, like I did with Anna Indiana's Betrayed by This Town, and copy the lyrics and put them into put them into Suno, and then create a song from that. And if Anna Indiana's song was copyrighted, and then I put that song out there and made any kind of money off it, then Anna Indiana or whoever is behind Anna Indiana could theoretically sue me in the current environment. But none of what this guy's talking about. Yes, it is a lack of understanding. Very good. It's like being mad at the invention of the tractor. It makes your job easier, but capitalism takes advantage of new technology. Don't be mad at the technology. Tractor made your life easier. Capitalism fired 3 out of the 5 farmhands because of the tractor, and now you are working longer hours because there's less help. Yeah, no, that is a fair assessment. Yes, if I use a VCR to record something I saw on television for my own use, I don't understand what the problem would be. If I were to record something on my VCR and then sell it to other people, then you can make a case that I'm violating, some nonsense, right? Like, I might disagree with the underlying law and the underlying reasoning, but the law is the law, and like that.
You need to stop pretending like it's not that, because
you need to stop pretending you know what the hell you're talking about.
Because the further down the road we allow this to go, the further the value of music overall is just going to drop into the toilet.
How is that even possible? How does the value of music fall off? Kendrick Kendrick, in his infinite wisdom, created the bangingest song to absolutely destroy someone in public. Like, stop hitting him, he's already dead. And then flipped it again after getting that additional footage that he could use for his own version of the video. And AI music has been around for that entire time. Did the AI hurt Kendrick in any way?
So there it is. There you have it. Those are my thoughts on that. What are yours? Let me know
Apparently
down in
not,
the comments.
because
Over
there's
here next to my
Kendrick.
head is another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Udio, garbage.
Anthony Fantano, garbage on this point, right? I'm not very specific. I stay in my lane.